Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of my Universe Mode, episode 7. We are moving right along here. Is this 7? Yes, 7. From New Orleans, Louisiana, home country, to the Wyatt Family. Here we go, yow! That's the best, New Orleans accent I can do. And I copy that off of the History Channel's, tree chopping down people, whatever that show is. But anyway, we've got the Wyatts taking on the Real Americans in this match, and it looks like the Wyatts are sick of being played. They take the fight to the Real Americans this week, starting off the fight in a really good fashion. Now, there's a lot of things going to go on in this episode. We've got the Real Americans fighting the Wyatts. What's going to happen with the World Heavyweight Champion when he takes on a supposed #1 contender in Edge? Wade Barrett obviously having issues with Damien Sandow. Is Damien Sandow going to be able to escape the match with Wade Barrett tonight? All that coming up and more. But here we've got the Wyatts now. The Wyatts dominated this match. It was a long match, probably about 11 minutes before editing. With the ending replay, the ending of the match, and the entrances included, it was about 11 minutes. But the Wyatts really did take control here. There would be one point in which Jack Swagger and Antonio Cesaro really looked like they had it under control. Right there especially, it looked like they had the match won, but Luke Harper did not have that much. It was surprising. I can't believe they did it. And then Antonio Cesaro would get the hot tag, taking down Luke Harper, taking out Eric Rowan, but he wouldn't hit his finisher. And look at that, Luke Harper fighting back, and he just had the momentum from there. Luke Harper, harsh clothesline into the corner, weakening Cesaro down. Eric Rowan would finally get the pin on Swagger. Antonio Cesaro not being able to break it up. And there you guys have it. The Wyatt family moving up and up. I believe they're number 3 right now in the rankings to the Real Americans. They have moved up quite a bit. And I'm excited to see a #1 contenders match between the two of them going for the tag team titles of the Shield. Very interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we got a lot of stuff to cover. This is a first part of this episode 7. Leave a like if you could, and we'll see you for the next segment. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, last week Damien Sandow escaped certain defeat from Wade Barrett by getting himself counted out. If you have the WWE app, you did see this interview with Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett addressing the situation. Here's the interview.
Damien, last week you decided to run from battle. That's fine, because I know the GM. And this week, you won't be able to run. This week, his falls count anywhere.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. A Falls Count Anywhere match. A rematch from last week. Damien Sandow did not want to have anything to do with Wade Barrett. This week he's not going to be able to escape. Wade Barrett has Damien Sandow exactly where he wants him. Damien Sandow, though, you got to wonder if Damien Sandow's biting off a little more than he can chew. We've seen Damien Sandow with Cody Rhodes. We've seen him, try to outwit and outsmart Sheamus. But, Cody Rhodes, as good as he is not the powerhouse of Wade Barrett. And I don't think Sheamus is as smart as Wade Barrett. Sheamus is like the power. And Cody Rhodes is the brain and the looks. You put Cody Rhodes and Sheamus together, you have Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett is a powerhouse, so Damien Sandow attacking Wade Barrett doesn't seem like a very good decision to me, and I'm not sure if it will end well for Damien Sandow. Let me know how you guys like this current storyline of the Damien Sandow Wade Barrett. You can put that in the comments as well. But we are going to have a discussion on the Night of Champions in the next segment, so keep your comments for that. But just let me know at the end of it with the pay-per-view coming up how you like the build to this storyline that I'm doing with Wade Barrett. Damien Sandow starting off the match, taking a harsh left hand to the face. Wade Barrett now clubbing Damien Sandow. Wade Barrett, a big smile on his face. He wanted this, and look at that. Wade Barrett, a big belly-to-belly suplex. Damien Sandow reverses a hard hit to the back of the head of Wade Barrett. Look at this, Damien Sandow taking Wade Barrett out of the ring, and look at that. When he is on top, he gloats. He is happy. Damien Sandow now trying to attack, misses off the ropes, and Wade Barrett, German suplex. Wade Barrett now taking the attack to Damien Sandow. Wade Barrett, you could just sense the joy and the glee. These fans are laughing. They are clapping. They are applauding for Wade Barrett. It is so bizarre. Wade Barrett has been so malicious to the fans for so long that it is quite a sight to see these fans finally accepting Barrett. But, I mean, who wouldn't when you're pounding the face in on Damien Sandow? Anyone who does it. Hell, even Karma could do that, and everybody would cheer, although they cheered Karma, so I don't know. Damien Sandow now trying for a discus elbow. Not gonna happen there. He is getting out. Oh, Damien Sandow again trying to run away. Damien Sandow trying to run away. The referee cannot count out Damien Sandow, and Wade Barrett slowly walking. Wade Barrett has a confused look on his face. Damien Sandow mouthing off to some fans. He can't run anywhere. He just realized that he cannot run away. Damien Sandow being tossed back towards the ring, and now he's running away towards the ring. What? Maybe Damien is a smart individual. Maybe he has a plan here. Damien Sandow, that Russian leg sweep. I would have done the Kobe Toak yet if it were in the game, WWE. Assholes. But anyway, oh look, Damien Sandow has brought a sledgehammer into the ring. Oh no. No. Damien Sandow measuring up, and oh! Sledgehammer to the gut. Wade Barrett wins, but Damien Sandow escaping a beating again. Damien Sandow, oh look at this acting. Look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, Damien Sandow is despicable. Unbelievable. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is going to be the full match of the week. Mostly because it's a triple threat match and I wanted to utilize this time to discuss Night of Champions. So let's go ahead and discuss Night of Champions right now. And you can put your thoughts in the comments below. Let's discuss Night of Champions. Let's start with the pre-show. Because the rest of the card, for me, is going to be pretty much booked on its own. Let's talk about the primetime players, the Usos, the Real Americans. What are they going to do? You know, they got to do something. I think Fandango has to do something as well, but I don't know what it would be. Some backstage segment. So we've got Fandango in, and on the pre-show, I'm going to have a Fatal 4-Way tag team match between the primetime players, the Usos, the Real Americans, and the debuting El Matadores. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that they're whatever. You know, my pre-show sucks. I don't know what to do with all the extra people. So, yeah, that's just what it's going to be. So, I'm going to let you enjoy this triple threat match while I discuss Night of Champions. In order of importance to me... Wait, what? What's going on? Didn't Heath Slater already come out? So what, he's just going to watch the match? He's not going to participate in the match? Uh-oh. This has happened before. This has happened before. Oh no. Oh no. Oh look, Christian's going to immediately walk up to Heath Slater. Heath Slater doesn't want to fight. Uh-oh. Words were exchanged, and look at that, Heath Slater. What's he going to do? He's not just going to stand there the whole time, is he? No, he's going to start fighting? Oh good, bug fixed. Whew. That would have been bad. Alright, I think earlier, like, a bug happened just like that, where as soon as he got up to leave, they broke the table, I think, and he just started to get up and he walked away. And they couldn't finish the match. because he just walked away. For some reason, I think if I remember correctly, I had to stop. I don't think I was either not recording or I stopped it, and I had to restart and mix up the match. But anyway, back to Night of Champions. Let's start in importance to me. And I'm going to start with the Divas Championship. It's not going to be the next match on the card, but let's start with the Divas title. AJ versus Natalya versus Naomi versus one of the Bellas. That's basically what it is. It's AJ versus the Total Diva women, and I have no idea what's going to happen. If I could guess, if I could assume, I believe it's going to be a lot like Cody Rhodes in the Money in the Bank match. It's going to be Natalya beating all these other women up. Natalya will have Bella in the sharpshooter, and Bella is holding on for all her weight, and then AJ's going to have the Black Widow on Bella, or on Naomi, and Naomi taps before the Bella does. And that's why AJ wins. So AJ kind of steals a victory from Natalya, and AJ will escape. And that's just because you want to extend the feud, and you also want to make her look like a strong champion. If you don't, and if you give a title to a Total Diva girl without them having really any sort of a push at all, it just makes AJ look really weak. So I think AJ has to win here, but I just don't know how. Like I said, my guess would be that Natalya dominates and gets beat out just barely by AJ being sneaky or something. The next angle I want to talk about, in a matter of importance to me, now the Punk angle. The Punk angle is really important, and it should be one of the more important ones on this list, but I have the world title above it, and I'll explain that later. But let's talk about Punk versus Axel and Paul Heyman. Here's the problems I have with this. I think they could have done this a lot better, but maybe they know something that I don't. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it will be good. But the problems I have with this is that Paul Heyman is going to be gone. He'll be fired if Punk wins. So then you're like, well, then we don't want Heyman to be gone. Oh, is this going to be pinned? No. Thing is, we don't want Heyman to be gone. Heyman is too good. If you just have Heyman gone, then he has to leave when Brock Lesnar leaves. So I don't think that will happen. There's no championship on the line. It's Night of Champions. A championship kind of has to be on the line. It's the only championship that I think won't be on the line. And why not? It's just silly. And then how does Punk lose? How do they make him lose? Because he had his hands behind his back and he almost beat them. He's not going to have his hands behind his back this time. I guess it is a handicap match. I guess, but the only payoff here is Heyman takes a beating. Oh, man. Oh, I thought it was going to be over there. Christian was going to be late for that. I would have had to speed up. But, so the only payoff would be Heyman taking a beating. There's got to be something else here. I'm going to wait till next week on the Punk angle, but right now I'm more interested in the world title, only because of my personal booking for it. So let's move on to the world title. Now, obviously, Cody Rhodes has been fired. Uh-oh, roll up. Heath Slater, stop it. Okay. Obviously, Cody Rhodes is fired, so you can't have Damien Sandow versus Cody Rhodes for the briefcase. Which is kind of what I thought they would do. I thought they'd put the briefcase on the line. But we have Del Rio versus RVD, and RVD is going to have Ricardo. Oh no, stop it. Oh, it's over. Okay, well, I'm just going to let the animation do whatever, and I'm going to finish my thoughts here. I thought it would be at least 8 minutes. Del Rio versus RVD with Ricardo in RVD's corner. Del Rio is going to win this match, and because Ricardo betrays RVD. Now, hear me out. Ricardo and RVD have nothing in common. So Ricardo betrays RVD, and then Ricardo betrays Del Rio, low-blowing Del Rio. Out comes Damien Sandow. Damien Sandow cashes in, your new world champion at Night of Champions, Damien Sandow. And Ricardo and Damien Sandow are now a thing. Damien can treat him like a servant. It'll be great. Del Rio and RVD will get a triple threat rematch. It'll be awesome. It's going to be good, and I want that to happen. That's my guess on the world title. Now, the WWE title is the last thing we need to talk about. And now that you don't have a match distracting you, because this is the most important angle, so I guess it's a good thing. Let's start with the Shield, and I think the Shield will defend against Dolph, Miz, Big Show, however they put them together. I personally think it should be Miz and Big Show versus Seth and Reigns, because it's just a better fit. It's just a better fit. Big guy Big Show versus big guy Roman Reigns, and Miz versus Seth Rollins, just kind of two people with good talent. They're just not great right now. And then you have Dean Ambrose versus Dolph, who is like the star of both of those triplet teams. And Dean Ambrose versus Dolph, I think, could be a hell of a match, and I want to see it. That's a money match. I'd happily pay for the pay-per-view for that alone. So that's what I want to see with the Shield. Now, when it comes to the WWE Championship, we have Bryan versus Orton for the WWE Championship. I think Orton weasels out of this match, and what's going to happen is that Daniel Bryan's going to complain. He's like, well, he cheated. He got out of the match. He cheated somehow. And on the next night on Raw, Triple H will come out and say, Daniel Bryan, you don't get another opportunity. And then Daniel Bryan complains, and then Triple H says, fine. Because I think the next pay-per-view, and I'll probably correct myself on the screen if I'm wrong, is not Survivor Series, but it's Battleground or something like that, after Night of Champions. So, if that's the case, I could probably look it up, but if that's the case, then what we could do is, right, like I was saying, okay, so Triple H is on Raw and says Daniel Bryan has only one opportunity if he can beat the Shield and Orton with his team of Dolph, Miz, Big Show, and then they just kind of feed off of that and they extend the thing, and then Bryan has another match the month after Night of Champions. So 2 months after Night of Champions, he has a rematch, and he loses again, and he loses his last opportunity. Then he has to win the Royal Rumble, and then he goes on to WrestleMania to defeat Randy Orton for the championship. That would be the best booked story, if they could keep it going somehow. But I'm going to stop wasting your time. I'm going to let the show roll on. Those are my Night of Champions predictions. This is the discussion topic, and this match actually went on a lot shorter than I thought. So leave your comments in the comments below about this Night of Champions pay-per-view and what you think might come out of it, because if they don't do my Damien Sandow plan, this pay-per-view is going to be very, very generic and very, very boring. So I hope they do the Damien Sandow thing, because it'll give it that little pop that it needs to make all the other stuff feel like, okay, fine. At least we had Damien Sandow, new champs. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of my Damien idea, and on to the next segment. Alright, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to highlight match numero dos, featuring CM Punk taking on Daniel Bryan. The main event is next, and why am I talking about the main event? Well, this match was excruciating. It was about 4 minutes of nonsense, but before that, let's go ahead and get into this rivalry. I think, these two and Sheamus and I think it was Edge, they've all been convoluted in some crazy top 5 of the company fight each other storyline, and I just don't understand it. But CM Punk coming out, destroying Daniel Bryan. Wait, is that even right? I don't think that's right. I think it was Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. They were in a cage match, and then they were in another match, and then today they're in this match. But this match was almost complete trash. All it was CM Punk throwing Daniel Bryan again and again and again into that barrier. He couldn't get it right. It was so bad, but Daniel Bryan succumbing to being speared through the barrier, and CM Punk would take the victory. This was not the main event, so nothing really is going to come out of this, and this was probably the most pointless match of the night. At least the triple threat was semi-entertaining. I have about 25 seconds right now, so what do? Should I twiddle my thumbs? You want me to go bang bang like Mick Foley? You know what I'll do? I'll plug Smart Wrestling Fan. SmartWrestlingFan.com is a wrestling podcast. Go ahead and go look at that. This match is over, so thank you, and on to the main event, I suppose. Alright, and the final match of the night, the main event. Basically, this is a highlight match, yes, only because it's been edited. But I decided just to show the last bit of this non-edited, because the recording screwed up epically in the middle of this match. It stopped recording, and I didn't notice it, so half the match was gone. So, this is only a 2-minute match here. Main event, you get to see the last little bit here. And I left the replays in for that reason, so if anything I missed when it wasn't recording is in those replays. So we do have Edge taking on Chris Jericho here, the World Heavyweight Champion. If Jericho loses to Edge Edge will be the new champ. Or, not the new champ, sorry. Scratch that, reverse it, don't listen to that. He'll be the new #1 contender, at least I would think so. I would hope so. So, if Edge can beat him, and it looks like he's shaping up for a spear here. Jericho, spear. It's going down, the world champ is down. This is exactly what happened last month when Del Rio was champ. And Del Rio got beat by Jericho. 1, 2, 3, it is over. Edge. I think Edge deserves #1 contendership. You'll notice some parts of this match, Jericho busted Edge open. He was in control the early portions of the match, but then Edge would reverse. Oh, look at that nice power bomb. I like that. A simple power bomb looks devastating in this game. But the spear would end the world champion's hopes. Edge has gotten beaten. Edge beat the world champion Chris Jericho. Now I guess it's time to build a championship feud between these two. We'll see what comes of this next week. Thank you for watching. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Checking out.